Welcome back to Carson Tate's video log. It's Sunday, June 16th, and this is a special edition. In a couple of weeks, 10 days even, something like that. I'm not real mathy. A bazillion, gajillion, a horde, scad of literary living souls will descend upon Dallas for the Golden Crown Literary Society Conference. And with 4 full fun days, well, 3 full, 2.5 on the other end, of exciting conferences and conference meetings, master classes, social events, book signings, readings, coffee chats, you name it, we got it. It'll be here in Big D. And I'll be there. The special speaker, special because it's early in the morning, I think, no. It'll be on Friday. I'll be speaking on Friday morning. But I'm not here to talk about this year's conference. I'm here to talk about conferences of years past. Do you feel like you've just zipped back in the past? My hair looks the same, doesn't it? But it did then too. I haven't changed my hairstyle in a while. And I want to talk to you about my first Golden Crown Literary Society conference. And that was in, let me see here, 2007. 2007. You think I have it written on my stomach or something? Maybe I do. In 2007, the conference was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I knew virtually no one. I had been on a listserv group and heard talk about the conference. I had half a manuscript to my, not even credit, but I had half a manuscript typed in my typewriter. And I thought, maybe I should go to this conference and get a little motivated to finish this manuscript and get it turned into someone. I heard that there was going to be a panel of publishers talking about the submissions process for each of the houses. And so, whatever. I bought a plane ticket. I registered for the conference. Shortly before, I did talk to Brenda Adcock, Regal Crest author, who also hails from Texas. And she told me that she'd give me a ride from the airport, which was super sweet because she didn't really know me. I could have been a serial killer, and that remains to be seen. But anyway, she picked me up at the airport. We went to the conference, and I met a ton of people. I met people that were like my idols and everything. I remember talking to Allie Valley, and she told me the story of how, the Devil book started out as one big, huge book, like this big, and split it in 2 and blah, blah. And it was great because Allie is the most awesome storyteller. And what's really exciting is now I can email Allie and say, hey, Allie, my pal, blah, blah, blah. But back then I was just kind of nervous to ask her to even sign a book. I remember in the elevator running into Nell Stark. I just finished Running with the Wind in the on the plane. And talked to her about it, and she didn't know me from Adam. And part of the reason she didn't know me was because I wasn't a published author. I hadn't really participated on anything, but I also went by a different name. Yes, indeed, I did. I went by a completely different name. It was kind of my spy, go to the Golden Crown Literary Conference name. And it was, look, I still have my badge. It was, did you see it? I can only let you see it for a minute because, I'm bound by rules of super spy secrecy not to reveal my other name. It's I'm really actually kidding, but I'll show it to you one more time. Here we go. But look, see, the cool thing is when you go to the conference, you get this big, huge badge that you're going to want to save because it's really awesome. So I have saved mine. It's up on my bulletin board that you can't see because the camera only faces this way. But I have a bulletin board full of cool stuff that I like, and if I could pick up my 27-inch iMac and turn it around, I would show it to you. I digress. Back to the conference. So I remember going up to Radcliffe. Yeah. And I brought one book for her to sign, and that was Shadowland. And I went up to her, and I said, like, hey, sign my book, And she's like, oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite books I've ever written. And I'm so excited that this is the book you chose to bring. And then she like ran off, and I'm like, well, where'd she go? Thanks. It's nice to meet you. So she comes running back. She didn't really run. She kind of walked. And she handed me this super awesome, sexy bookmark of the, I think it was the French version of Shadowland. And I would show it to you, but it's under my pillow. So, let's see. The conference itself was just incredible. I went to a workshop about writing, getting started on a book, on plotting out your book. And basically, they put us in groups and they said, hey, here's an idea. Take a half hour, plot out your novel. But that whole meeting kind of sparked an idea for me, and I actually wound up writing a book based on some of the ideas that I came up with at that meeting, at that workshop. So, I got a lot out of that, and I definitely got motivation to finish my first novel. So the conference was in July of 2007. Toward the very end of the conference, I recall that all the publishers were on stage, and Jennifer Knight and Radcliffe were up there talking about Bold Stroke's submission process. And so I got back and I'm like, okay, I got to finish this book up, got to tie it up and send it off. So I finished it. Brenda Adcock beta read for me, as did a couple other folks, and I sent it off in January of 2008. And it was published in October of 2008 with Bold Strokes Books. And now I'm on novel this one just came out and it's number 8. And I just turned in number 9 and I'm writing number 10. And, see what happens when you go to a conference? See what happens when you go to a conference? So I've made some lifelong friends, and I changed my name because it's now Carson Tate, as you probably know. And I've written, 9 books, going on 10, and look what can happen if you go to a conference. I really suggest Golden Crown Literary Society Conference. You'll be glad you did. This is Carson Tate's video log. Hope to see you in Dallas, and if I don't, I'll see you back here. Have a great evening.